Hi, I'm here with Nikki Dean, and she has some amazing tips for us to stay sane during this fantastic holiday season.
Yes, I like to call this crazy season. And as a yoga teacher, a life coach, and a doTERRA wellness advocate, I get a lot of people that come to me this time of year and find, unfortunately, that so much of the hard work they've done to establish some healthy habits and routines just goes out the window.
Right.
And so when, there are so many simple things that you can do that will create moments of sanity that will make the whole day feel a little more at ease, especially at the end of the day.
Right.
So the first one is just to have some kind of daily committed practice. Yes, I ask you to commit a day, 5 to 10 minutes, right? You have 5 minutes for yourself.
Right.
Ideally, this is the first 5 minutes of your day.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you, Kylie, what do you do with the first 5 minutes of your day?
Well, there is a phone that sometimes is involved near me. I do have a morning practice, but I do definitely check my phone like the very first thing when I get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Bad habit.
No, you're not alone.
Yeah.
And it's not about judging that habit as bad. It's acknowledging, how does that habit affect me? And here's really what's going on is that the moment you look at your phone, you're no longer just thinking about your needs and how you want to show up in the day. You're instantly responding to other people.
Right.
So I say fill your own cup before you go and start trying to fill other people's cups up. And a morning ritual practice, and I just say that first 5 minutes, and even if you have kids, wake up 5 minutes before your kids.
Very
so
true.
important,
Yeah.
because if you hit the ground running in the morning, your whole day is going to go forward
Feels like that.
But if you hit the ground in the morning and you say, whoa, pause, I'm going to collect myself. So simple things that you can do, right? You can, as simple as lying in your bed before you even open your eyes, just start listing things in your mind that you're grateful for. That's it, right?
Yeah.
That's probably the simplest one. Or you might even visualize your day ahead. What would be a perfect day for you, right? This can be one. I personally like to get out of bed and I meditate. And it's not always easy,
Right.
but meditation can be so many different things. I use essential oils because I'm obsessed with them, because they have changed everything in my life. So I'll look in my emotions and essential oils book and I'll see, what emotion do I want to feel more or less of? Pick an
Like
oil.
calming
Like
during.
calming.
Yeah.
And we have this great calming blend.
Oh yeah, you were sharing that one with me.
So we can just can we do this?
Oh yes, I'd love to.
It's so simple. I mean, you can breathe it from the bottle and just think, I am
It's
calm.
delicious.
You know the word, right? And just tell yourself what you want to feel. Or I like to put a drop in your hands, rub your hands together, and just breathe it in.
Oh, that's delicious.
Isn't it so good? And there's so many different ones. So there's an oil that can help you feel more or less of whatever it is your need is for that day. So that can be a meditation. That makes a really big difference in your day. Another thing is then, fast forward to the end of the day. I always say, watch your mouth. Did you spend your whole day telling everybody how busy you are? And if you're telling everybody how busy you are and how busy the holidays is, how do you feel at the end of that day, right?
Right. Words have so much power.
So much power.
Right.
I eliminated the word busy from my vocabulary about 4 years ago.
Wow.
Every once in a while it slips in, but I'll say full. Oh, today's really full. It has a very different meaning. So think of how do words mean to you? So, that's the first thing. But getting a good night's sleep is really important to your energy levels.
Right.
Your body needs equal parts rest and play. You are not more successful if you sleep less. Let me be really clear about that. You need sleep, a full night's sleep, no matter who you are or what age you're at.
For
right?
sure.
And so there are things that, it's proven that the only things that can improve the quality of your sleep is changes in perception, so thoughts and behaviors around sleep. So just like you're creating a little morning ritual,
Right.
create a little evening ritual.
That's
Maybe
a
you
great
choose
idea.
a calming essential oil.
Right.
Maybe you have 5 minutes of writing in a gratitude journal. Gratitude is very relaxing to your brain.
Right.
When you feel like you have enough, you can let go. And a lot of us us have that I'm not enough syndrome, right? I didn't do enough today. That's going to impact your sleep. So do things like that or a warm bath can help. A warm cup of tea, like you said, your oils in your tea, that can really help.
Yes, absolutely. And I think, for me, gratitude at the end of the day reminds me to come back to everything that really is super important for me, especially when everything does feel full, to be able to remind myself, wow, look at all these things that I'm so grateful for, and it just kind of relaxes my mind and my body and gets me ready, and also kind of brings me back to the presence. So I find that that's actually been a huge practice for me, to be able to stay happy during the holidays. I mean, that's what it's really about, is to be connected, for me, to be connected and to be happy and joyful and authentic. And so by doing the gratitude practice like you have shared with me, that I've started to implement, has really made a big difference for me to just kind of really bring that back together and get me set up for the next day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you focus on gratitude, you start to see things differently.
Right.
And a really powerful experience, especially this time of year when things can really be in excess, and it can be very easy to feel like others have more, and maybe you don't feel like you've gotten enough, or you've had enough, or you have enough to give. When you start to focus on gratitude, you really see how much you have, and it helps you feel just abundant.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you're a magnet. You are energy, and whatever your energy is, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So when you raise your vibration to that energy of gratitude, which is one of the highest vibrations that you can have, you're going to attract more things to be grateful for in your life.
Right.
So speaking of abundance, there's one other thing that we have to talk about this time of year, and that's holiday eating.
Oh yes, there's lots of abundance of that.
Yes, yeah, and I don't know about you, but I know for me there are things that I wouldn't buy, but when it's at a party or at a function, I might eat it. And that's totally fine, but you want to just, keep it in moderation. So if you're at a party and you know you're going to indulge, one of the best ways that you can enjoy yourself without going overboard is make a plate. Right? If you were at home eating dinner, you wouldn't stand in the kitchen and eat a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You would sit down and put everything on a plate, sit down and eat it. And then ask yourself, if you were at home, would you take a second plate? Right? Because sometimes we'll do things, and then unfortunately there's this whole psychological piece of, now you've overeaten and physically you don't feel well, and mentally you're telling a story about how you had whatever your story is, right? And so then emotionally you start feeling bad as well. So,
which is the opposite of what we're supposed to be feeling during the holidays.
Exactly.
And celebrating during these different types of parties and being with people. So what are some suggestions you have beyond putting on a plate? Love that. And then it's done.
Talk to yourself. Okay, how you speak to yourself is going to affect the decisions that you make, right? So if your mental conversation is negative, unfortunately you're going to do more of that thing that you're being negative about. So instead, say things to yourself like, well, I can eat whatever I want, but I'm going to choose mindfully, or I'm going to and even if it's tonight, I'm going to choose to eat whatever I want, and I'm going to enjoy every single bite of it, right? So that's probably the simplest one. And love yourself no matter what you eat is a really big piece of that. And then of course we have essential oils. So we have essential oils that will help manage cravings. We also have essential oils that will help your digestion once you've eaten things that maybe haven't agreed with you or eaten too much. And I know one thing I'm really looking forward to is in January, I'm going to be participating in a cleanse that is open for everybody, and it's led by a group of healthcare practitioners that each have over 20 years experience in the natural health, and they're all licensed practitioners, so naturopaths and acupuncturists, all different people who are going to be holding my hand, and anyone who wants to join me through a cleanse. So I think that will help make better decisions through the holiday, and it's a peace of mind knowing that even if I get off track, I'm gonna love on and clean up my gut at the end of it.
Yeah, Well, that sounds wonderful. So then how do we get in touch with you to get a little bit more information about that?
Yeah, well, honestly, I wake up in the morning and I ask the question every day, who can I help today? And essential oils and all of this work, affirmations, visualization, even yoga, all this stuff, we all have different bodies. We all have different experiences that we show up with. So it's not one size fits all. So what I love to offer is I do free personal consultations.
Wow.
We can do those in person, we can do them over video chat or over the phone, and we talk about whatever's coming up in your life, what it is you want more or less of, and then we talk about different options for how to get there.
That sounds amazing. Well, I just have to share that I just so value you as a friend and also someone who's helped me through my wellness and keeps me sane during the holidays. And so thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to celebrating with you this whole holiday season.
Yes, me too. Thank you, Kylie.